So the reason that game devs don't seem to listen may or may not be what you or I think. Usually we tend to think, oh, they're just lazy and don't give a shit about their game. And while sometimes that may be true, it's pretty safe to say that's not always the case. Probably majority of the time that's not the case. Now the reason I started thinking about this is because yesterday while I was trying to implement my idea of having a magic staff as a gun, I ran into some issues. You see, I want this to be an FPS game, but I'm also a nerd and love dragons and magic.
I'm good.
So I thought, why not just add a magic staff as a gun? It fits the story and world of the game, so in my mind, I was a goddamn genius. Even though Trixie's the one that actually suggested the idea, and originally I didn't actually really want a staff because I thought it might be a little bit too weird, but now I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds so good. And hear me out, I promise there's a point to all this. So I started making the staff, which my idea was to have it be a staff but hold it under the arm, but when I held up this roll of window screen and posed in the mirror, I realized that might not work as well because I also wanted to add a little iron sight to the staff, you know, kind of make it feel like a gun. So aiming like that just won't work unless I bend it all wonky like. So I decided to make it more like an RPG where you mount it on your shoulder. The model came out looking pretty dope, and after spending hours wanting to return my birth certificate because for some reason the bullet was just colliding with the mesh no matter what I did, so you basically couldn't shoot it at all. But once I finally kind of got it to work, I realized it's literally just a gun. There's nothing really staff-like about it at all. If anything, it just looks like a crazy rifle skin. Let me tell you, after spending all these hours wasting tons of time, I've never felt so dumb. Of course, there are more things I could have implemented to make it more like a magical staff, such as add animations that make it feel like a staff from hipfire, but then when you ADS, it turns into a gun sort of thing. But after trying this base format, I'm not sure that's what I want, and I don't want to spend tons of hours making animations I'm not even going to end up using. And if I don't like the prototype, then likely I won't like the finished result either. Or at least it will make it much harder to achieve a good final result. Either way, I don't know why I thought this approach was such a genius idea, but that's sort of my point I wanted to make. Just because an idea seems gangsta as hell doesn't mean it's Tupac, which is likely why game devs don't really implement yours or my ideas. Now, that doesn't mean you always have bad ideas, and that doesn't mean that any feedback that you give them is bad. There's a lot of things that are justified, like for example, why the hell is Apex server so terrible after all this time and all that money that they got? Let's be real, fix that shit. But I'm referring more to content ideas rather than fixes that need to be implemented in the game right away. That's a whole different ballgame, and let's be real, 90% of the time, AAA companies don't listen to us at all when it comes to that type of feedback until it's too late and we're all quitting the game. Look at Destiny, look at WoW, look at Apex, all having the same problem within this past year. Only when people start leaving do they actually start implementing fixes. This is the way to get devs to listen. Well, actually, it's not the devs in this case, it's more so the higher ups and the higher executives, because really, it's not the devs that are making these decisions, it's the management. Executives get the final say, and executives only want one thing and one thing only, and that's money. So we really need to keep that in mind when it comes to that. But as I was saying, really what I was referring to earlier is content ideas, and you have to look at things from a developer's perspective. It's not only about what casuals want, it's not only about what pros want, it's not only about what the devs want. They have to find a happy middle ground for everyone that's going to work well and also bring in money because, well, like I said, we got these big executives breathing down their necks. Not only that, but they also have to take in consideration the lore or story of the game. Does this ability or skill fit with the lore or the actual gameplay? Will it actually work? You may be able to implement flying in Apex, but is that a good idea? Probably not. So really, it is not just as simple as, fuck it, let's just try this idea and see what happens. No, because there's a big chance that can lose money when you're just throwing things out all willy-nilly, and then that gets them in trouble, and then they lose out on budget because of that, and then we suffer more because of that as well. You see, it's just an endless cycle of pain that we, as the community, don't really see. We don't see that side of things. We want them to make changes, and we want that shit now, which is understandable. They get our money. We should get a lot of changes, but we really need to keep in mind as well that it's just not as simple as we like to think it is, and our ideas might not be as good as we think it is either, or as implementable. But what do I know? I'm just some guy that wants a magic staff gun in his game, so clearly I don't have the best ideas either. Okay, love you, bye.